guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Welcome, everybody. Sports Rage late night on a Twisted Tuesday, George? What is it? What's Thursday
Throwback
again?
Thursday. It's a
Throwback Thursday.
Thursday.
Wicked Wednesday, Throwback Thursday. First of all, before we get into all the sports, and George's Yankees still hanging on here. We might have a comeback. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Welcome, everybody, to Sports Rage Late Night. I'm Cam Stewart, along with the Prince of Pepsi, George Kurtz. I see him guzzling it down with this Yankee comeback. It was 5-0 Seattle, and now the Pinstripes have tied it up. George is a happy man. Crazy day today. But first, to Morency, hope you have a great night, weekend, getting married this week, George. So we got to get a shout out. Didn't know he's going to tie the knot. I guess I'm the only guy at Sports Rage. I'm the neighborhood creeper now. I think I'm the only host who's not married. But anyway, congratulations, Gabe, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday. Enjoy the wedding. Enjoy Kelowna. Hopefully you get some nice sunshine there. So, George, what a crazy day we had today. An upset at Wimbledon, number 1 on the women's side. Sabalenka, she gone. She goes down to the 13th seed. Amanda Anisimova. So big upsets there in golf. Not Scotty Scheffler in the lead, but we have a 4-way lead with one of my old buddies, Jake Afternoon Knapp, Nico Echeverria, Sepp Straka, and Perez. So we have a 4-way tie, but the chalk, 3 shots behind for Scheffler right now. And what can we say? Tommy and I were talking. Cooper Flagg in his debut, the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft for the Dallas Mavericks. 10 points, 3 assists, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. The Lakers are playing the Mavericks in NBA basketball. But, George, we have developments right now in baseball. Crazy stuff. I was watching Woo's parents, and they were very emotional. He pitched a really nice game for Seattle, but a great comeback by the Yankees looking to take the brooms to Seattle.
You mentioned it. Wu had a no-hitter through 7+. Jazz Chisholm broke it up here. Yankees down 5-0, scored 3 in the 8th here, and they tied him in 9th. Munoz couldn't find the plate, Cam. Just could not find home plate here. So if you had Brian Wu, if you had the Seattle Mariners to win the game, which I did, by the way, and I was pretty much counting the money, well, guess what? We'll see what happens here. Game's going to extra innings right now. Volpe does fly out with the winning runs on base here, but Austin Wells, 2-run single ties the game up here for the Yankees. So sort of like that Toronto game. Remember that Toronto game a couple of weeks back, Cam, with the Yankees? Yankees tied it up, but then lost at the next inning. And so we'll see if they can change that around this time. 5-5. The over comes in as we are heading to the top of the 10th inning.
It was a nice comeback by the Yankees. They put up a 3 spot, and then they put up 2. in the bottom of the ninth inning to force extra innings there. That's a gutsy performance by them. I thought, Wu was cruising in this game, but George said it, 5-5 right now. I'm on the Mariners as well, 5-5. So we got the over in this game. We're heading to extras. Other scores around Major League Baseball. No joke here. St. Louis just smashing up on the Nationals, 8-1 in the bottom of the eighth. This is a game, George, where we had some live betting possibilities during the show. We got the Athletics. They were up 3-0, but Atlanta has now tied the game 3-3. We're going into the bottom of the ninth. Live line, Atlanta -122. If you like the Athletics, they're -104. Total 11.5. Any opinions, George? I'm on Atlanta, and I laid the 1.5. I wish I took them when they were down 3-0, but I think we can see some more runs in this game, and I think the Braves are going to come back and win. I don't mind the $1.22 price.
I also took the Braves in game here. I couldn't take them pregame. It was -194, I believe, was the pregame price I saw there for Strider and the Braves. But once they were down 3-0, figured they were worth a shot here. I'm on the over either way. And I'm thinking about going on the over again here. Bottom of the fourth, we got 6 runs in here. I think both teams could start hitting here. We're going to get to that Braves bullpen. I don't think Strider's going deep. Right, I think he's going to maybe get 6. If you're lucky, you get 6 out of Strider. So I think that bullpen can be hit. We know everybody on the A's can be hit. All right, so I think I like the over here, -118 to get 6 more runs here, Cam. So I'm going to go that way. Had a couple home run props in this game, both on the Braves side. I didn't take anything against Strider for the Oakland Athletics tonight. Riley and Acuna to hit home runs here, same as I had last night, by the way. So we're doubling up on it tonight.
Too bad we start at 10, George, because it would be like old school. I'd ask you to put a DFS lineup together for the late games like we did in the old weekend wager days. And, you can give out for people that just don't want to bet on the games. You can also do some DFS with Kurtz. He's a master of putting the baseball lineups together. But, George, we're on the same side in that game. And I got another one for you, too. What do you think about this Angels game? I took a shot with the Angels tonight. It might have been a little bit stupid, but I know we're going to be doing the show, so I wanted to have some active bets during it. What do you think about the Angels live in this spot? Are they live, or are you just going to stay away from that game? It's kind of gross.
Yeah, well, first off, Corbin's killing me. I mean, Corbin, Giolito, they're all killing me. All right, these guys are like 99 years old who were terrible for a few years. They come back now, and also this year they can pitch, for whatever it's worth here. So I stopped betting against Corbin. All right, because I'm tired of losing money here. I did take the over in this game tonight. That was really my, my favorite play in the game here. That I thought both teams would hit the other guy a little bit enough. Kochanowicz is nothing special here, so I went that direction. Angels are putting together some W's here. They're actually not playing badly. +158. I don't think we're getting enough. You're down 2 runs here. I don't want only a second inning. I think maybe you want to wait another inning, see if we get a better price here than +158. That's not enough for me to get the Angels to come back by 3 runs. Although, hey, last night I had the Rangers. Last night I had the over as well. So I got the over, but the Angels made that nice comeback last night, and I lost that late. So I'm not very happy about that. Maybe they do it again tonight here, but I'm going to do a little once bitten, twice shy. So I'm going to lay off the in game for the Angels right now, but I'd be more interested in about an inning or an inning and a half or so.
Well, it's 2-0 Texas, so we're going to the bottom of 2. A lot of baseball left. I'm with George, but I'm going to take the run line right now on FanDuel. On my account, it's +1.5, and I'm only laying 4 cents. It's +1.5, -104. But you're right, George. I need more than a $1.58. If you could have gave me like a $1.75 or something, I'd probably bite. But I will take the run line for right now, +1.5, -104 for the Angels, down 2-0, bottom of 2. Any opinion on Diamondbacks and Padres? We're scoreless in the bottom of the 2 right now. Almost a pick. Arizona's laying 15 cents, and the Padres -111 on my book.
Yeah, listen, another game where if I wasn't doing this show, probably not going to bet this game. I was probably going to leave it alone here. You mentioned we're pretty much even here. Saw San Diego slight favorite at -120, Arizona -106. I kind of want to take the Diamondbacks. I mean, it's not plus money, but it's a little bit better prices, so I'll go that direction there. But I don't feel great about this game one way or the other.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but I think the Angels, I'm going to be in that spot. I'm going to take the run line right now, George, and you're right. Maybe we can get a better price a little bit later on. Let's talk, though, about this division, George. And I was watching, before the show, just flicking around. The Blue Jays were off tonight, so on Sportsnet, you get either the Yankees. The Yankees are on TSN, and the other game, the Rays game, was on Sportsnet. I got to tell you something. This Boston Red Sox team, I don't know what's going on with these guys right now. For the first time since 2005, they have over 100 runs in 12 games, George. Like, this whole division, like, we talk about it, there's a lot of baseball left. I'd be very, very scared that, like, this is the thing. For the Yankees, they got to win these games because Boston's hot. Hell, Baltimore, I know they're so far back, but they're winning games too. They're kicking the Mets' ass. Like, everybody in this division is winning. The only time you can gain ground is if you're playing somebody in your own division because they're taking care of business when they're playing other teams. Very hot, all these teams in the East.
Absolutely. Toronto's playing great. Yeah, they lost yesterday. Thanks, Toronto, by the way. But once again, I was going to lose that. I'm a streak
needed
better.
a huge parlay too. I was so angry.
It cost me a bunch. But you know what? I say this all the time. I'm a streak better. And yeah, I'm not saying I bet Toronto all 10 games of their winning streak, but I probably bet the last 6 of it. And sooner or later, I was going to lose. I knew I would lose. I'm not going to win 100 games in a row. And yesterday was it. I probably didn't expect them to lose against the White Sox, but it is what it is here. I think Toronto plays the Athletics over the weekend. That should be a lot of runs scored there as well. So, Toronto's winning. Rays actually were in kind of a little bit of a slump here, so maybe they're going back towards the mean now. We're going to have all those road games coming up here, whether you believe that's going to hurt them or not. That should be something to watch here. The Yankees look like they're breaking out of their slump now. And by the way, the Yankees got out of the top of the 10th inning without a run given up here. So good division playing well. And Baltimore's not dead, by the way. They're only 6.5 games out of the wild card. Only 6.5.
You said it.
Swept the Mets
and they're
today.
winning and hitting. Everybody, it's crazy, George. Hey, by the way, it's the Thursday Throwdown. Thanks to Joe Judge's burner for correcting me. I called it Throwback Thursday. See, sorry, Morency, I didn't mean to butcher that, but George and I will talk more baseball, other sports on the way back. We got home run derby odds and a hell of a lot more. This is Sports Rage Late Night. Kurtz and Stewart.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Welcome back, everybody. Sports Rage Late Night, the Thursday Throwdown. Cam Stewart along with George Kurtz, and we got our eyes on this Yankees baseball game. It's been a great game, George. Really glad we tuned into this one. 5-0 for Seattle. Wu was pitching a gem. He had a no-no going. His parents were there. Very emotional time. And the Yankees clawing back with 3. Then they get 2 in the bottom, and it's 5-5 in extra innings. But one thing, George, got to get those productive outs. You got to get the bunt down and the runner over. That's the Yankees' problem all year. And if you're going to come back, you got to finish the job. We've seen them. They tie a lot of the times, but they got to finish the job in extra innings and get this is a huge game, actually, with the way these teams are playing right now. Every game is big.
Absolutely. I think it's also big for the Yankees' psyche. You just said it, they do not get productive outs. I mean, runner on second to start the game, the stupid ghost runner, worst rule in sports, by the way. I mean, the worst rule in sports. Can't hit. And you got Peraza's up. Peraza can't hit. What is he batting? $160? That bunt has to get down. You have to get down the bunt, which I think is the right play. Even though I'm not a big fan of the bunt, you put the bunt down there, but he pops it up, third baseman catches it, no runner over there. They walk the next hitter, and Grisham has got a 3-2 count here. It'd be very interesting because if the Mariners get Grisham out, it'd be first and second, and the runners don't move. Be first and second, 2 outs with Judge. Do you walk Judge and load the bases and hope you get the Bellinger's batting fourth, lefty on lefty? That's probably what I would do. I would not let Judge beat me.
No, that's basically the Blue Jays' attitude when Judge was there. It's like let's just take what? It's over.
Grisham walked, so it's bases loaded. So Judge is going to bat. What
are the Yankees? Let's take a look right now. I wonder what's
they locked it up. So 5. Well, so we're going to have time.
Yeah. 5-5 bases loaded, 1 outs. Great game right now, and George is getting excited. I can hear the ice in the Pepsi.
No pitching change.
It's going down smooth. No pitching change. Staying in. The Mariners are going to sink or swim.
Maybe now there is.
Okay.
Catch is going out to the mound.
Judge is
I don't know why you're not putting a right-hander in. Why is a right-hander not coming in? I mean, that makes no. Do you have nobody in the bullpen who can pitch? Seriously, I'm not even. I mean, you're going to let Spire pitch the Judge? I mean, Strange here, but I guess I don't know. Maybe you hope Judge hits a ground ball.
Let's just say, George, I'm betting on Judge. If I had one bet, I'm thinking this thing is going to be it's over after this at bat. That's what we're thinking. But they locked it.
Put the ball in the outfield. It's Volpe on third base. He's got speed. Just put the ball in the outfield. No, the game is over here. But I just find it strange that they're not bringing in a right-hander to face Judge. You're putting a left-hander against him. Just weird to me. But we'll see. He's in there, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, George. So also, too, I wanted to go through some stuff with you. We'll keep you updated on the live games right now. We took the Angels plus 1.5. George is looking for a better number. They're down 2-0, but they got runners on the corners. Home run derby, George. I was taking a look at the field, and you know me. I'm kind of like one of those guys. I'm the type of guy to bet on the Rockies, sometimes the Pirates. Like, you look for spots with bad teams, but I'm looking at these home run derby odds, and let's go through them right now. Interesting batch. We got some guys who've kind of retired from this thing. We have some new blood in here. O'Neal Cruz is the favorite on FanDuel right now, plus 330. We got the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, plus 370. Acuna Jr. is plus 420 with the Braves. The Wood makes it good. Kenny Rogers Roasters style, 6-1 for the Nationals. Byron Buxton, he's at a plus 850. Nice number there. Your boy Jazz Chisholm is 10-1. Junior Caminero, for a very hot player for the Tampa Bay Rays, 10-1. And George, Brent Rooker at 12-1. I'm looking kind of at the bottom of the board. I know Chalk has won this home run derby in the past, but what do you think looking at those initial odds? I'm thinking there's some pretty good value at the bottom. Very good, in fact.
First off, Judge does hit a sacrifice fly, but this play is going to be reviewed. It was close at the plate here.
Whoa! They called him safe? I thought he was out.
I thought he was out.
No. Wow. Yeah, we got to take a look at this.
Oh, he's safe.
The Mariners are stunned. Oh, is he safe?
It looks like Raleigh missed the tag.
Wow.
It looks like he missed
it. The Mariners are raging. Yeah, they're on the blower. What are we going to do here? Well, let's take a look. Yeah, see, you're ahead of me tonight, but I'm going to look right now. So, yeah, he's got it. Arm. Yeah.
He does a spin move.
Yeah,
he does a spin
you're right.
move. I think he's safe.
I agree. I think he dove under. He might have actually got a little piece of him, but I think his hand was right on home plate, like simultaneously.
The Yanks are celebrating, so I'm guessing the challenge came back negative. So it looks like the Yankees did win the game here. But that's a great slide by Volpe because that throw beat him easily, beat him by 10 feet. I mean, he should have been out here, and great call by
what a comeback, George. This is something, like we talked about this team, and they got it together, so now you beat down the Mariners. This series is kind of like the turning point, it seems like, after they were playing so bad and people were counting them out. This is all it takes, right? A couple games in a row. They look like a totally different team right now.
You would hope, and like I said, as I've been saying all week here, the Yankees' rest of the month of July schedule is not friendly at all. You play the Cubs. I know they struggle against Milwaukee, but you play the Cubs tomorrow and over the weekend here. After the break, you're playing the Braves, and then you're going to play Toronto again in Toronto. We all know how poorly that went. And then you're going to play the Philadelphia Phillies and the Tampa Bay Rays. That's all in the month of July. So good to see the Yankees turn it around. 4 straight wins now. You beat a good Seattle team, a team that I still think Seattle could be dangerous if they could ever figure things out, especially on the offensive side here, but that wasn't the problem tonight here. But good wins for the Yankees. A good series sweep. Of course, it's good for the Yankees. They certainly needed this. It'll also quiet everything, right? It'll quiet all the noise that, listen, I've been yelling about them, and so is the media of New York. You saw Boone's been getting upset about the Volpe questions and all that. Cashman came out yesterday, had his little conversation there, his little conference, which was, he pretty much said, hey, yeah, we've got some problems here. We're going to try and fix it by the deadline.
I'll tell you though, George, I'm just looking at this team and they still have a lot of good things. But when I look at Seattle, despite that 3-run home run, it doesn't matter. Wu pitched a gem and stuff. It's always about the hitting. Sure, they scored 5 runs tonight, but consistently, it's not going to get it done. Their pitching staff is too damn good. And one swing of the bat, they're there, but they just don't have the ability to have those 8-run games, 12, what Boston's doing right now, over 100 runs in the last 12. Seattle has too many power outages, and you can't win these 2-1 games and 3-2 games all the time. It's a big problem for them. I'd love them. If they had a little more pop in the bat, I'd take them, but they can't play with Houston. They need more offense.
No argument here. And we hear the ownership said, sort of agrees with you, Cam. The ownership said, yes, we will spend money to get a bat by the deadline here. I'm kind of wondering if Josh Naylor, I think he'd be a perfect fit there.
That's a great call.
They need a left-handed bat first baseman. I think he would be a good fit there for the Seattle Mariners. I still think they're a solid play. You already said it. That rotation and Bryce Miller coming back too. It's the best in baseball when everyone's healthy.
We'll talk free agency with George. Also go through the home run derby odds on SportsRage. See who George likes in the home run derby. Can't wait till next week. Should be a lot of fun.
Playing online blackjack and want to try upping your odds? Well, here's a tip. Cheat cards tell you statistics for whether you hit or stand on every move. If you're into stats, this could be your ticket to winning. And it is totally legal. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. Sports Rage Late Night, the Thursday Throwdown. Cam Stewart along with George Kurtz. Shout out to Morency getting married this week in lovely Kelowna, BC, wine country in Canada. Let's hope it's a beautiful sunny day and one of the nicest spots. You know, Kelowna, George, that's where they have like the wineries, and that's where all the hockey players have their $10 million cottages and stuff like that. Remember Gabe told the story? Paging Mr. Marner, Mr. Bunting. Yeah, I know when those guys were late for their like stag out there. So yeah, it's like the most beautiful part of the country. So it's going to be a great weekend for Gabe. Congratulations. And as I mentioned before now, I'm the only guy in Sportsnet who shows who isn't married. So I know my girlfriend heard that Gabe was getting married, and it's been kind of a interesting week, George, to say the least. Why are you going to put that on my finger? You met my girlfriend before too at an Islander game. She can get pretty fired up. But I better win some bets. I gotta do something good, George. It's one of those things now. I'm in kind of like gift territory. You know how it is, eh, George? Like one of those things. Like, hey, honey, hey, no, we're good. Common law. Hey, we're doing fine. We're not struggling. Everything's great. But yeah, when I told her Morency's getting married, she had that look in her eye, like, when are you putting the ring on my finger,
yeah.
You jerk?
That's always dangerous. That's always dangerous when you have a single guy and one of your friends gets married. Okay?
Oh, I know. It's the worst.
Dangerous.
It's the worst.
Yeah, my wife.
Very dangerous.
It's for me. It's our 25th next year. So what big thing are we gonna do for the 25th? Yeah, and it looks like we're going to Ireland, by the way. So
you've been married for 25 years, Kurtz? Oh my God, you're still a young man. You're not even on the back nine yet. Scott Farrell, yeah, Cam, you're on the back nine now. Enjoy it, buddy. You got a few holes left. But 25 years, Kurtz. Congratulations.
Yeah. Got married in it's hard to forget my wedding date, by the way. My wedding date is 3, 2, 1. March 2nd, 2001. So the funny thing is I did forget once. Oops. I did have one. It happened when what about how marriage works, by the way? I was doing a podcast with Jim Day. Everybody remembers Jim Day. Yeah. And he asked me before the show, he goes, hey, so how long have you been married for? I'm like, hey, Jim, I've been married about, oh, no. Because it was March 6th. It was March 6th. And I'm like, oh. It was before somebody, Jim, just hang on a second. I go walk into my kitchen. It's right over there. I'm like, honey, happy anniversary. And I can see her she's doing the math. Yeah. She forgot too. Yeah. She forgot too. So, yes.
You got a good woman, George. Yeah. I got to tell you something, though. I told my brother, I go, Andrew, you're looking so good these days. He goes, it's great being with a Filipino woman. Less stress. Like, she's amazing. Like, George, like, I remember we went up to the cottage. She's, like, cooking for us. Like, oh, Cameron. Like, I'm like, I'm used to, like, fixing my girlfriend drinks. I'm, like, cleaning stuff. I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. Like, I'm getting people cooking for me. It was like a whole stress-free world. So I got to tell you, you're a lucky man, because I'll tell you, I party with those Filipino guys in the garage. Always food, always drink, no stress. Good life. So George is feeling it tonight. Not only is he winning money on the Yankees, we're doing well. He's 25 years for Kurtz. Unbelievable stuff. So, yeah, anyway, George, after that news, I got a little bit of, the death stare. So, yeah, I gotta pick up the pace, win some money, and take her out for a nice dinner this week. Live scoreboard. Let's take a look. Atlanta Braves and Athletics. We talk 3-3. George, the total now 10.5 instead of 11.5. Are you biting? We got the Athletics a runner on. It's funny. Your boy Kurtz for Kurtz on second with 2 outs. What do you think? You still like that 10.5 total? You think we can get there? 5-5. We get there. It's 3-3. Bottom 5.
I still like it. All right. Maybe things have settled down somewhat here. Strider struggled early, but seems to be finding his game. I didn't expect the Athletics to score more than 3 or 4 runs all game anyway. I thought this would be a big Braves game, where they would score most of the runs here. So that's what I was banking on here. And by the way, for those wondering, no, Nick Kurtz, I am not related to Nick Kurtz. He's not my nephew. He's not my cousin. He's certainly not my son. I certainly wish, but he's not that.
You wish.
You're damn right I wish. He's a big boy, by the way. He's a tight end playing baseball. He looks huge.
No, Kurtz is good. I like that. The Athletics got a few guys on the team who can rate. Bad pick by me, George. I got to think about Texas here. It's 6-0. I guess my Angels plus 1.5 is going down the toilet. It has been a good night, though, on the diamond for the most part. What do you think of this one right now? 13.5, 6-0, top of the third. A lot of baseball left. Any love for the Angels plus 5.5, or are you going to leave this one alone?
I don't want to leave it alone, but I'm thinking about going back for the over. But I don't want to take it at 13.5. I want to wait. Sort of like earlier. What are we, about top of the third here? I want to wait at least at this half inning. Can we get it down to a 12.5? Maybe even 11.5. That's why I want to hit this over again.
I think 2 out of these 3 games, if not all, go over tonight. Diamondbacks up 2-0 against the Padres right now. What do we got? Bases loaded? No, they just got out of that inning. So 2-0 Arizona, minus 235 for the Snakes, plus 180 for the Padres. More live betting with Kurtz. After a short break, we'll go through everything. Baseball, football, whatever you guys like.
Playing online blackjack and want to try upping your odds? Well, here's a tip. Cheat cards tell you statistics for whether you hit or stand on every move. If you're into stats, this could be your ticket to winning. And it is totally legal. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. SportsRage Late Night. Cam Stewart along with George Kurtz. We're just going through the live baseball action, trying to get some more action on these games. We're in a pretty good spot. George cashing big time with that Yankees comeback tonight, but we have 3 games left on the board. I got to tell you, though, George, I wish there was some more. It feels like the schedule is getting lighter and lighter. We're going to have to expand our palette, and thank God college football and NFL around the corner. We can actually talk about some team win totals in the NFL and later on in the show, because I've already clicked on a couple. I know me and Gabe talk about it, and you talk about it too. It is dangerous when you're looking at these teams because of injuries, but I'm looking at teams like the Cleveland Browns with their 4 quarterback situations. I really don't care. Like, there's a couple teams I'm just going to basically zoom in on, attack, and I don't care about injuries or whatever. I'm going to pull the trigger early because I just see the juice going up. I actually did some notes last month. Cleveland was a 5.5, like with 20 cents. And on my book, it's already up to 70 cents, George. Soon they're going to flip it to a 6. I'm not sure if you've done anything. Have you pulled the trigger? I got Browns under, and I took the Patriots over this year. And I'm also looking at the Miami Dolphins under 7.5 wins. What do you got?
It's funny how you mentioned the Patriots. I had nothing on the Patriots until Adam Kaufman and I. We did in-game live. I think it was Sunday night, and he's a Patriots fan. Listen. I know their defense is good. Even above good here. And you start looking at the offense. Like, I don't know if they can really. How good that offense is going to be. I think they still need another year to really add the players there. Wide receiver specifically. I don't know what Stephon Diggs is going to bring to them, Cam. I don't know if he's Stephon Diggs. He's not going to be Buffalo Bill Stephon Diggs. But
he'll bring the party drugs.
Don't start.
On a boat.
Don't start. All right.
Sorry.
He's not bringing the Pepto-Bismol, whatever the pink stuff was there. Bubblicious or Bubble Yum, whatever it was back in the day.
Bubblicious.
Whatever it was.
What's it? Hubba Bubba? Hubba Bubba? They still got that one? Bubblicious. What's the one with the liquid inside? Was that Bubblicious? You screw it and you say, oh, God, there's liquid in my gum there. That one kind of threw me for a loop, but yeah.
Good, by the way. But anyway, Adam convinced me on the over. So I'm with you on the New England over here. I do kind of like that now. Because you look at that team, I really do believe in the defense. And it's more of a schedule, though. I mean, Vegas, Miami, Pittsburgh, Carolina. That's their first 4 games. What's the worst case scenario? 2-2? And 3-1's not out of the realm of possibility. All right, Buffalo's a problem. But then you get New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland. That's got to be another 2-1 stretch there, right? Atlanta, Tampa Bay, okay, a little rough there. Jets, Giants, they play, and I think they can get to 8 or 9. That's really what it comes down to. I think they can get to 8 or 9. So I like
Look at the schedule. Carolina, Saints, Tennessee, Cleveland, like winnable games. Like, I'm going to tell you, George, I think they come second in the division for fun. And I already made a bet that, I think the Dolphins are going to be the worst team in the division. I think the Jets are going to be better than the Dolphins, as crazy as that sounds. I don't know how you feel
Dolphins
about that.
seem like a team that's going to be in turmoil. If we could bet, by the way, I'm sure you can in certain places. First coach to get fired, yeah, he's going to be up there. McDaniel's going to be up there. Yeah, but there's already things. I think he's a coordinator who shouldn't be a coach. I think that's one of those guys, better coordinator than he is a head coach there. But there's a lot of turmoil there. I think Tyreek Hill still wants to rip that team apart here for what's going on. He trade Ramsey there. I mean, you got a good player back in Fitzpatrick. Their schedule: Indianapolis, New England, Buffalo, Jets, Carolina. I mean, it's not totally tough here. I mean, it's really not as far as schedules go. So I'd be a little careful. I'm not going to take. I didn't take their over, but I'm not taking their under either. I'm going to leave it alone here. But it all comes down to Tua. If Tua can give me 14 games, all right, give me 14 games, I think they can hit their over.
I don't think he can do that, though, George.
Hit their over. I don't think he can.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'll take the under. Like and I'm never one to say, and I respect guys. Athletes are a different breed. We played sports, but not at that level. But I've been concussed before, like lots of times. I still get dizzy sometimes when the lights are too bright, and it's a really weird thing, man. Like it really screws up with your head. I'm worried about his future health. It's kind of like, people go, oh, Barry Sanders. You know what? It's nice that he got out of the game and he can still walk. It's a very, very physical game. And when you're dealing with people's heads and you've had your head boxed in before, things get different when you get older and stuff. I just want to see the guy be able to have a quality of life, because the next time he gets hit like that, George, it could be the end. Like, seriously. And that's one of those situations. I love him as a competitor, but I worry about him.
It's funny. We all love our athletes, right? Whatever they're not, we're a hockey fan, baseball, basketball, football. I will never get on a football player for retiring early. All right, it's a dangerous sport, but your quality of life is going to change. All right, you're not going to be the same person, just not. You and I grew up with Earl Campbell, right? And as great as he was, and now he can't really walk. He's been that way for 20 years, where he can barely walk. Yes, I'll never blame a player. I do feel sorry for Detroit Lions fans, because you lost Barry Sanders, as you mentioned, and Calvin Johnson, right? They both ended early, and they both could have played years more. It sucks when we lose a great player, a Hall of Famer, guy that we want to see. It does suck, because we all like to see those guys, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them for, hey, I'm already rich. Right, I got more money than I need to know what to do with here. Why do I want to risk my health here? And I don't blame players for leaving early. So I understand that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. I just think it's a real house of cards with the Miami Dolphins this year. And we'll go through everything, George, but I've already made a few bets, and I intend to make some more too. And that's kind of the division I've been picking on right now is the AFC East. Take a look at the Bills schedule too. Like, I'm trying to find ways, like, people can say whatever they want about this team. Like, I don't know how they don't, even on for me, a bad season in Buffalo, George, would then be winning 11 or 12. Like, I believe they can win like 14 games. Like, I'm looking at the schedule going, like, how many games are they going to lose?
Look at when they play a great team. Baltimore, Kansas City, right?
Yes, all at home.
Tampa Bay, right? Cincinnati, it's all at home. Philadelphia, it's all at home. I mean, that's a nice. They're not going to win all 5 of those games, mind you. Those are great teams, but to have them all at home, I mean, that's a nice little bonus here. Jets, aren't all that great. They should beat them twice there. I know New England does play them tough, but they'll at least split with them. I think they'll beat Miami twice. So although. No, even the Thursday Miami game is in Buffalo, so you don't have to worry about that. And you don't play Miami in Miami in September, where it's 9,000 degrees and everybody's dying out there. Buffalo is. I mean, as you said it, if they have a bad season, it's 11 wins. Yeah,
that's what I was looking at too. Their low end is 11. I think their high end's like 14, 15. Like I know you're not going to win every game in the NFL, but they also know too. we got to have home field advantage to get over the hump to finally get to the Super Bowl. Like I know they can win road games, but if you're the Bills, you want to do it at home. But I'm really, really down on the Dolphins this year for some reason, George. And you know what? I am going to find that prop. First coach to be fired. So if it's not McDaniel, who do you think it's going to be? Who would you put then? Who's a threat to him to be fired first? Stefanski?
Can you blame him? It's not really. I mean, ownership might blame him, but it's not his fault. You have 17 quarterbacks.
But the coach is the guy to go. I'm not totally blaming him either, but he also ran Chubb into the ground, made Baker Mayfield throw 40, 50 times a game. I know it's the coordinator too, but you know what I mean? They misused him. It's not all his fault, but it's not good.
All right. If we're going to play the game, if we're going to play the game.
Yeah.
No, okay. I don't think there's anybody else in the AFC, by the way, other than McDaniel, who'd be first. I mean, Giants, but you let them pick the quarterback, but they start off terrible. Exactly. And by the way, they're another team I think is going to be terrible this year. The Giants' schedule is like, you got to be kidding me. I don't know where their wins are coming from, so that could be an issue here. Everyone else is too new. Everyone else is too new to get fired here.
What about Jacksonville? What about Peterson?
I did look there, but I guess if I'm going to name the next AFC team, it would be Jacksonville. If they expect more to come out, you got Hunter now, you got all the publicity going there because he's going to play, 700 plays on each side of the ball. It's never going to happen, by the way. But I guess that could be it with the Jaguars, maybe.
Do you really believe he's going to play both sides of the ball?
No. Yes.
No, he's playing on.
He's going to play both sides, yes, but not full time.
No, once in a blue moon, man. You can't be playing both sides of the ball. This is the 1940s here, George. He'll be playing, in my opinion, offense more than defense all day,
that's
all
where he
night.
Should play. But I'll bet you they'll put him out there for a series, especially when the game's on the line. I think that's when they'll put him out there on D there, fourth quarter, stuff like that. Maybe the last drive of the second quarter before the half. I can see him putting him out there. But I think they will use him more than traditional, what we've heard from before, a two-way player. I'm thinking more like Deion Sanders.
We'll see. I think he's going to be exploited if he plays on defense. More with George Kurtz on the other side. We'll go through some home run derby odds and more on SportsRage Late Night.
Playing online blackjack and want to try upping your odds? Well, here's a tip. Cheat cards tell you statistics for whether you hit or stand on every move. If you're into stats, this could be your ticket to winning. And it is totally legal. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. Sports Rage Late Night on a Thursday. I'm Cam Stewart along with George Kurtz. Renzi on wedding detail. He'll be back on Tuesday night. George, let's take a look at the live scoreboard. We've had runners on, but not a lot of things happening. Still 3-3 in the Atlanta Athletics game. We thought there could be more runs, but they're kind of stationary right now in the bottom of the sixth. Things could open up. The Rangers are absolutely annihilating the Angels 9-0 right now. What the hell's going on? Who started for Texas again? That Corbin? The gas can? Oh my God, what's going on here? 9-0 and Arizona and the Padres 2-1. Any interest in that game, George? That one seems to be the game that might go under and very, very tight. Arizona minus $154, San Diego plus 120, live total 8.5. Any opinions? Is this the one that stays under? Or is this one going to go nuts?
I have a pregame over on this, so I hope it goes over. None of these games are really going my way now that I think about it here, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I was on the over in Anaheim, so okay, so that's good. But I'm on the under here on the over for the A's, and that game just all of a sudden stopped play there, and it's 3-3. So I took the in-game Braves there, so that's a good news there. So it's sort of a mixed bag for me tonight so far. But I'm on the over in Arizona, San Diego. I also have a small play on the Diamondbacks. 1.5 money line there. Little Rodriguez over Vasquez. Vasquez, the ex-Yankee, who went in the Juan Soto deal there. By the way, one correction I should make there. Doug Peterson is not the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars anymore. It's Liam Cohen. Thor Peterson got fired. So no, Jackson's not George.
I'm bad. I just keep seeing Peterson in the visor. That's it. That's my mistake there. But yeah, so basically when you look at it then, who are the guys? There's only like a handful of guys that can get fired because they're all new coaches. Pete Carroll, all these other guys, right? Shane Steichen, he's still new on the job with the Saints. You know, he's only been there a while. Like, what type of guy would really be fired? That's the whole thing. Like, you look at the situation, like, what coaches? All the other guys have job security, right? So there's really only 3 or 4 guys that have a chance to get fired.
Cincinnati, things don't work out well there. The defense sucks again. They'll blame him. They'll blame him rather than take the blame themselves.
They got to sign Frederickson. Like, what are these guys doing? And they drafted that kid from A&M, Stewart, the Russian. Like, I don't know what's going on with these guys. Yeah, he's out. That's the whole thing. Like, Baltimore, like, I get Pittsburgh's getting better, but I look at the bottom end of that division, too. Like, what a train wreck. Like, Cincinnati, man, they have such a good offense. They're going to throw it all away because their defense stinks. Like, and Cleveland's, they're a mistake by the lake. These guys, the Browns, are just pitiful. So I don't even think they're going to win 5 games this year. I think they could be the worst team in the National Football League. One of them for sure, George. But let's talk baseball and get into this home run derby. We'll go over this tomorrow night as well, and we'll see who you like, George. But new faces, it's nice. It's actually good to see some new guys in this in the home run derby. O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates is the favorite right now, plus 330. Cal Raleigh, plus 370, having a great year for the Mariners. Acuna Jr. of the Braves, plus 420. James Wood of the Washington Nationals, 6-1. Byron Buxton is coming in at plus 850. Jazz Chisholm of your New York Yankees, 10. Junior Caminero of the Rays is 10-1 as well. And Brent Rooker, the big pooch for the Athletics, at 12-1. What do you think when you look at this, George? I know it's always about the matchups, but there's some pretty good names, as I said before, at a value price. Like, I like O'Neal Cruz. That number's not good enough. Like, it's not like he's a going away favorite. Like, what do you think about Rooker or any of those guys at the bottom? Who do you like for value?
I kind of like Junior Caminero. All right. This is a big guy, big, strong guy who not much can be expected from him. So there won't be all that much pressure here. And you're going to be 10-1. All right. I think right now, and so I'll probably play 2 or 3 players, right? I don't think I'll take Acuna. At home, there'll be so much for him to do. So I don't know if he'll really be locked in.
What about Wood?
I was just about to say Wood. 6-1, another monster. This is a left-handed Aaron Judge. All right, he's a monster. He hits mistakes 400 feet. All right, but he doesn't even connect with the ball well. He'll hit a 400 feet here. So I do kind of like Wood as well. I think if I was going to play 3 players, and by the way, I don't know if Buxton's going to even be in this, right? He got hit in the hand yesterday. He didn't play today. They may have to replace him. I think I'm going to take Wood off 6-1. Caminero 10-1, probably not Jazz, probably not Cruz. I mean, the big dumper Raleigh, maybe. You know,
the problem is, George, you're taking your value away unless you do different things. Because Raleigh's plus 370, you do the math. You worked at a bank. These other guys are 10-1, and that's the whole. Like, if you're taking a guy at 330 plus 370 or 420, you're probably only going to take 2. But if you got Caminero at 10 and Wood at 6. You might be able, like, do you like Rooker at 12 or no?
I do kind of like Rooker. All right. I think he's another unheralded guy. I like Caminero more. I like the 10-1. If I was going to play one guy, just one, I'm going Caminero. You know, and maybe I stop at 2. I just play Caminero and Wood, and I hope that one of those guys pulls it out. I do like bigger guys in this camp because I think you do get tired. All right, you're going to swing, for the fences, 75, 80, whatever it is, you're going to get tired. All right, so I'd like to go with bigger guys here. That's why I like Caminero a lot at 10-1. I'm not going to, even if Buxton does it, I'm not going to do Buxton, not going to do Jazz for that reason. Even Cruz, I think he'll die down at the end as well. I want the big hairy chest guys. Those are the guys I want in this contest.
Yeah, are you glad, some of these older guys have taken the year off, George? It's nice. I prefer to see some fresh faces. It's going to be good for the game. Hopefully this thing lives up to it. But I'm going to tell you, with these prices, kind of like a small golf tournament type of thing, like you get a guy at 12. I'm going to go Rooker at 12, Caminero at 10, and Wood at 6, and divvy it up. And you can take 3 guys if your lowest guy is 6-1. I don't want any part of. I know O'Neal Cruz is good. Cal Raleigh, great story. Acuna, no thanks. But I'm going to start mine mid-pack and then take the 2 biggest pooches on the board, George. I think that's the way we attack it, and I'm with you. The race at Camanero's my guy. I think he wins the whole thing at 10-1. I think that's a great price, buddy. Let's do it.
Yeah, I just find it funny, by the way. I think when they went to camp, what you want to play in the home run? You want to make the All-Star game? Well, you're going to participate in the home run derby too, buddy. Okay, I think that's sort of a deal there where we ain't taking you unless you're going to play in it. A lot of these players don't want to go here. Although I found it funny that Jazz did want to go. He said it publicly. I'll play. I'll hit. And it still took them a couple of days to ask him. I don't think he's really that type of player. They do want people who hit the ball 450, 500 feet, which is good. That's what I want to see as well. I want to see those left-handers put the ball on top of the chop house in Atlanta. I would like to see Matt Olson be in this as well.
You know what, George? I'm actually upset that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is not going in it because I think it actually could help him. Like, if you look at the Jays right now, I'm not saying he's brutal, but at all the guys on the team, he's the one that's actually not living up to, Barger's been on fire. Springer's been on fire. He's the guy. I know he's a great player and all, but I'd like to see him in the competition. More with Kurtz after the break.
That is the idea. It really is for in-game live. You said it. The home team who's a double-digit or close to it anyway favorite and get off to a bad start and actually have them trailing by 5, 6, 7 to the point where you get it at pick'em. And I don't know how many times. I'd like to know a stat of how many times a team that's been favored by double digits, trailed by double digits, and actually won the game. I bet it's a lot.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
You've got issues up and down here. The bullpen is falling apart, to put it nicely. And have you seen the schedule for the Yankees for the rest of the month of July here? We have Seattle, then we have the Cubs, then you have Atlanta, then you have Toronto again in Toronto. That really didn't go all that well this week. And then you have Philadelphia and Tampa. Good luck to the Yankees in July here.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They're still trying to throw Dalton Knecht's name in trades, and I don't even know if he's viewed as a positive asset still.
And that's a crazy thing. Dalton Knecht, if you look at FanDuel, Dalton Knecht 20-plus points at plus 120. He's giving you no indication that he's that right there. I mean, Kevin, I would be more likely if we knew we were going to get the minutes. Bronny James, 10-plus points at plus 118.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Time for the Blue Jays to really make another addition at the deadline. They just got Max Scherzer back. Can they get another pitcher to help out with the pitching staff, which I still think is their biggest issue? They're looking to be in a good spot right now.
And also, Tom, like just the evolution of handicapping, right? Early in the season, I don't want to take this Blue Jays lineup. It's really bad. Now, the past couple weeks, every day I'm looking at the Blue Jays going ooh, team total, RBI chances, guys that weren't household names at the beginning of the year.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sports Rage. Cam Stewart, George Kurtz with you till midnight Eastern tonight. George, we have a run. Good news for us. I guess we need more, but Atlanta has just put one on the board. So they're up 4-3 on the Athletics right now. Live, minus 245, plus 186, and we got that 9.5. We lean over in that game. Texas and the Angels kind of slowed down. 9-0 Texas. Can't believe I bet on the Angels. That was a bad bet on a pretty good night so far, but that was absolutely stupid. I put in a parlay as well. Any love for the Angels plus 8.5? And George, can 14.5? Can we get there, or do you like the under? Do you think this game is going to slow down? What are we doing live with Texas and the Angels? I feel like gambling right now, and Australian horse racing doesn't start till after the show.
See, you're going to get me in trouble. So I don't, when it gets, for 6.5, 7.5, 8, generally don't go in for those. I don't pay much attention here. 14.5, 6 runs here. We're at the same place we were before, right? A run per inning here. I kind of probably lean more the under at 14.5 now, because I think the Rangers just shut it down. But nowadays, Cam, we have to worry about the position player. Well, they're going to throw this bastard in the 8th inning. And this is a big pet peeve of mine. Why can't they throw the ball, Cam? I mean, I understand you don't want to fire the ball as hard as you can, but this lob drives me insane. Why can't they throw the ball like they normally would? If you just have a catch, you would throw harder than that. So it makes me angry here. That's why it's hard for me to take an under here of a lopsided score. If it was 6-3, it'd be different. 9-0, we probably are going to see a position player in at least the 9th and maybe the 8th. So I can't take the under for that reason. If anything, I would go back to the over. Still want to get down to maybe 13.5, where it's less than a run per inning.
Excellent point by George. Anything with Arizona and the Padres? Has it changed your mind now? It's 2-2. Padres now favored in this one, minus $160, plus 125 for the Diamondbacks on FanDuel. Total 9.5. Opinions?
I mean, you can't take the money line either way. The price is just nuts here. So you're going to go. I'm already on Arizona for the game. I could easily double down and take plus 126.
Right. You know what? I think I'm going to join you.
But the problem is the Arizona bullpen is awful. It's a dumpster fire. I mean, it's every bad word you could think of. The Arizona bullpen is it, and it's really, really bad. So, they're a team I've been saying many times. You want to bet the opposite of them. Remember what you and I used to talk about on weekend wages back in the day? How we love to attack certain bullpens when the team got the Baltimore Orioles were the example. If the Baltimore Orioles went up 2-0 against a team like the Red Sox, we wanted to bet heavy on the Red Sox because the Baltimore Orioles bullpen that is 10 years ago. The Baltimore Orioles bullpen was terrible. It's the same situation with the Diamondbacks here. So betting on that bullpen to hold down the Padres, I don't feel great about it. I think if anything, maybe the under's the play here, but even that's minus 146. We're not getting any value. We're paying too high a price here.
That's the whole thing. And the over 9.5, you're getting take back. It's almost like they want you to take the under, but I'm in no mood to lay 46 cents of juice here. So yeah, basically that's what we're going to do, George. You know what? I'm just going to take a little shot with the Diamondbacks. I know their bullpen reeks. I kind of lean over, actually, but this is just pizza money. We're just joking around and throwing it around tonight. Like, these games I do not love, like other games earlier on in the evening. I actually took the Orioles tonight, George. I tell you, like, they're a play-on team right now. Have you seen, like, what's going on? These guys are starting to hit now, and don't count them out. The Baltimore Orioles, remember, they were a good team before. They just had a horrible start, but like, George, if they put together like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, you've seen what the Blue Jays have done. This thing is possible. The problem is in that division, there's so many damn good teams, but Baltimore's playing really good baseball. And like they slapped around the Mets.
Yeah, made a lot of Baltimore's probably my favorite play of the day. I didn't bet Baltimore the first game, but I took the under. All right, talked about it last night with I forget who it was last. Carver. I was Carver, and I was covering Felici last night. So we're gonna take the under in the first game here because it was Charlie Morton would pitch very well, and Peterson, who I thought would pitch okay. And I think the over under was 9. I thought it was a crazy high number here. So we took the under there. The second game, the Mets were throwing bullpen guy out there. I had a funny feeling that wouldn't go well for them. We took the Orioles here, and I'm probably gonna go back to this well tomorrow. By the way, Cabrera's pitching for Miami. All right, and he's pitched very well for the Marlins here. Kramer's going for Baltimore here. I don't think I'm going to take the Orioles here, but I'm going to go back to sort of the game one of the doubleheader. Over-under is 9 again. We're taking the under here. And I don't love unders. I prefer overs, Cam, but to me this is an easy under with the Orioles versus the Miami Marlins tomorrow. Under 9, Cabrera versus Kramer.
I like it, George. George is onto something there. I like the under in that game as well. Tommy and the boys, can you put up the picture for the lucky man? It's coming right now. You guys are working on it. Hey, it looked very, very, very pretty. Game's getting ready. Oh, there it is. Hey, from the boys there. Looking good in Kelowna. Congratulations. I never thought Morency would get married. I got to hand it to this guy. You know, it's making me feel like I'm missing out. I'm not part of the wedding club here. But anyway, hope it's a great weekend, everybody. More picks with George. Hope Gabe's happy. And we got Mick Ozzie and Julio in hour number 2. Whoa, it's nuts.
That is the idea. It really is for in-game live. You said it. The home team who's a double-digit or close to it anyway favorite and get off to a bad start and actually have them trailing by 5, 6, 7 to the point where you get it at pick'em. And I don't know how many times. I'd like to know a stat of how many times a team that's been favored by double digits, trailed by double digits, and actually won the game. I bet it's a lot.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
You've got issues up and down here. The bullpen is falling apart, to put it nicely. And have you seen the schedule for the Yankees for the rest of the month of July here? We have Seattle, then we have the Cubs, then you have Atlanta, then you have Toronto again in Toronto. That really didn't go all that well this week. And then you have Philadelphia and Tampa. Good luck to the Yankees in July here.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They're still trying to throw Dalton Connect's name in trades, and I don't even know if he's viewed as a positive asset still.
And that's a crazy thing. Dalton Connect, if you look at FanDuel, Dalton Connect 20-plus points at plus 120. He's giving you no indication that he's that right there. I mean, Kevin, I would be more likely if we knew we were going to get the minutes. Bronny James, 10-plus points at plus 118.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Time for the Blue Jays to really make another addition at the deadline. They just got Max Scherzer back. Can they get another pitcher to help out with the pitching staff, which I still think is their biggest issue? They're looking in to be in a good spot right now.
And also, Tom, like just the evolution of handicapping, right? Early in the season, I don't want to take this Blue Jays lineup. Like, it's really bad. Now, the past couple weeks, like, every day I'm looking at the Blue Jays going like, ooh, team total, RBI chances, guys that were in household names at the beginning of the year.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. Sports Rage Late Night Hour 2 in the program. Cam Stewart along with George Kurtz hold down the fort. Me and George will be on for Friday night and Monday night as Morency's in Kelowna getting married, and he will be back Tuesday night to throw it down with us. George, it's been a great day so far. Hopefully we can get some of these games home. Good comeback by your Yankees. And yeah, hopefully I wish there was just more late games on the board. I'm getting sick and tired of doing these things with only like 2 or 3 games left. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it is late night. George, I got to get you into horse racing or some other wild sports late at night. Maybe some Gabe likes to bet on international soccer, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 soccer. And Tommy's Rochester FC club, Tommy, I don't know. What are they, USL League 2? I thought they were up like 4-0 in their game. I bet them tonight just because you're from Rochester. And Rochester FC laid the hammer down tonight. That was like my best win on the board. So anytime Rochester's playing in hockey or soccer, we represent with producer Tommy. He's Rochester proud. George, we got basketball on tonight, Summer League in the NBA. Denver's up on Milwaukee, 60-59 in the third quarter. For all you degenerates out there, Milwaukee -1.5. Right now, total 171.5. The Spurs up on Philadelphia, 61-33. It's a beatdown. San Antonio, are you feeling fresh? -19.5 live, total 186.5. Back to baseball live scores. Atlanta's up on the Athletics 4-3. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Atlanta laying 340. If you like the Athletics to come back, they're +250 on the money line. Total 9.5. Texas still up on the Angels 9-0. George talked about it. This game has slowed down to it's basically a turtle's pace right now. Angels +9.5, -138 on my book. Are you trying to rope me in with a 9-run lead and I get 9.5? I get that hook. I'm getting interested, even though I'm losing I took them before the game like a stooge. Over 14.5 is the total of that game, top of the 5th, and Arizona and San Diego still a tie, George, but it looks like the Snakes got a couple guys on, first and second, one out. It is a straight up pick. 10 cents both ways, over, under 9.5. I think we got actually maybe get some runs. Let's hope Arizona gets it going on. So, George, trade deadline in baseball, too. We haven't really got to that, but lots of rumors. You hear talking about what's this one that you're talking about with the Yankees? I hear McMahon and a couple other guys from Colorado. Have you heard that one? Like, what have you been hearing for these guys? I know the Blue Jays, everybody's looking at a gallon of fun for Arizona, the pitcher. He's going to be on the market. I know a lot of teams need arms. The Blue Jays were kind of linked to a couple things right there. They were talking about him or another pitcher and somebody in the bullpen. What's it like from Yankee land? What do you guys, what are the hot rumors?
Pretty much anybody who can play third base. I mean, anybody. Yeah. All right. Anybody who's can play third base and might be available, you're going to hear for the Yankees. Jeff Passan of ESPN wrote a column today. Pretty much every team that's in it. And what their biggest need is and who would be the perfect match for them. And, of course, with the Yankees, it was Eugenio Suarez of Arizona. But he's going to be wanted by a few teams here because he has no term left, right? Just this year, and then you can make up your mind on him. If you go with someone like Ryan McMahon, he's not playing very well, and he's got money left. All right, a couple of years left, so you really want him here. But the Yankees will be kicking the tires on him. The Yankees wanted McMahon badly last year, Cam, and they couldn't. Colorado wouldn't trade him here. Now it looks like Colorado's going to make the mistake of they'll trade him this year and get 70 cents on the dollar because McMahon's batting .213 or something silly like that here. As a Yankee fan, by the way, I've been saying this will not happen. All right, I know it won't happen. But the dream scenario for the Yankees is to talk the Mets into trading Beatty, Vientos, or Mauricio. Right, and go that direction. That'd be good because those guys are better players here. But the Mets will never trade one of their young stars to the Yankees. This is not going to happen here. Even though the star on Vientos is probably faded, quite a bit there. As he has defensive and offensive problems here. But the guy the Yankees are going to dangle, Spencer Jones. Right, the huge guy who's tearing it up at AAA here. But his scouting report is a lot of free air conditioning. Yeah, he's going to hit some bombs. But he's going to swing and miss an awful lot here. But a plus defender and plus speed. And once again, he's just a skinnier left-handed Aaron Judge.
What do you think, though? Because I'm seeing some reports, too. We talked about some pitching from Arizona with Zach Gallen. I see Yankees. I heard the Blue Jays are interested. What's your opinion there? I know Alcantara is probably going to be on the trade block. I know the Mets, they've had rumors with Mitch Keller of the Pirates. But what do you think about that situation? And now that the Orioles are winning, what do you think they're going to do? They were sellers before, George, but do you think this changes? They're kind of back in the mix. What do you do now?
They did trade a decent more of a depth piece to the who was the team? No, I can't. I'm drawing a blank here. For Tampa Bay, right? They traded a relief pitcher.
Brian Baker. Baker.
Right, Baker. A comp pick. You're allowed to trade comp picks in baseball. Not anything else, but just the comp picks. This is idiotic, by the way. Baseball, you want to make your draft more exciting? Allow picks to be traded. We'll pay more attention to it. If not, it's just these players you're drafting, we're not going to see for 2-3 years. So it just doesn't mean all that much to us. Even on this show, we'll mention a little bit who the first overall pick is, but that's about it. So, baseball will make it more interesting here. But Baltimore, I think they have a team 3 weeks, right? The deadline is 3 weeks from today. So if they play well in 3 weeks, maybe they stay in it. Well, they're 6.5 games out of a wild card. So, yeah, they're in it. If they can get within 2-3, they might stay in it there. And they certainly can do that. So I think that'd be interesting. You mentioned Sandy Alcantara of Miami. Well, Cam, right now he sucks. I mean, he's terrible. He can't get – he got lit up again last night. I think Miami is going to hold on to him because, once again, if they trade him right now, it's 75 cents on the dollar. No one's paying you full price. So they still have control of him for next year, and they have an option for the year after. So they can hold on to him for the offseason, see if they can get more business, see if they can build up his value. Maybe he pitches better. He did have Tommy John surgery, so maybe he pitches better over the last couple of months, and teams can wait it out to the offseason here. I do wonder if they'll trade Cabrera. I think right now he'd be the prize for anybody. If they could talk to trading Cabrera, which would cost a small fortune, he'd be the prize. And the last thing you mentioned, the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are sort of like the Orioles. If they can play better over the next 3 weeks, they may not be trading out anyway, but Zach Gallen could go. But he's also, his last start or two has been solid, but he hasn't been that guy this year. So what are we thinking here as far as a team that's going to acquire him? Is he the guy or is he not the guy? And we hear Merrill Kelly is all an SP3 or an SP4 for a contending team. A little depth piece as we go down the stretch here with the Diamondbacks. But once again, they're really only, 6 teams? And you can honestly say, these teams are done, right? They're out of it. They'll trade their players.
Yeah.
Everybody else, theoretically, the Blue Jays, just won 10 straight. Anybody else has a nice streak, they're right back in it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, George. One more, too, that's very, very interesting. The Guardians. These guys were the team that always did well. They're actually thinking, I've read a couple reports, are these guys actually going to consider trading Clase? The guy's one of the best closers in baseball. An arm like that, do you think they'll actually do it? And what do you think they'd command if they do it? What kind of compensation?
The problem is, once again, you're talking about a guy who's been terrible this year. It's just the Yankees beat him up in the playoffs last year. He's been terrible this year, so you're probably trading light. The only difference with Clase, though, I think teams would take a shot. The arm looks fine. He's throwing the ball 100 miles an hour. So it's not like there's anything that's wrong with his arm, and there'll be a lot of teams that want him. There'll be a lot of teams that want him. Everybody needs at least an 8th inning guy. All right, at least an 8th inning guy. So, yeah, I think they'll certainly kick the tires here. I think with the almost said the Indians, almost had to put $1 in the jar here. But I think with the Guardians,
yes.
By the way, that jar would have a lot of money in it between the Guardians and the Chargers and now the Raiders. I keep screwing this up. I think the Indians, the player to watch here would be Kwan, right? Maybe Kwan, if they want to deal with it, he could bring back a small fortune as well.
I'm going to tell you something too, George. The team we talk about, Minnesota Twins, one of the biggest disappointments this year. I think there's a few Twins that are going to be on the move as well. You want to talk about a team that had higher expectations, weak division. Don't be surprised if a couple big names on the Twins, they got to figure something out because they've had, I got to be honest with you, I'm shocked. I thought they'd be a much better team this year. We'll talk more baseball with George, maybe go through some more NFL wins totals and a whole lot more here on Sports Rage Late Night. Coming up on the show, we got the crazy Mick Ozzie. We'll talk Australian rules football, and Julio, he's got bets from every damn league in the world. Trust me.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Welcome back, everybody. Sports Rage Late Night. It's not as much rage tonight, maybe some more crappier jokes, but I'm holding down the fort with George Kurtz, and joining us from lovely Edmonton, Alberta, the man, the myth, the legend, Mick Ozzie, whose football team, the Elks, actually won a damn game at home for the first time in forever. Mick, how you doing, buddy? I know you're asking me if I was going to be in Kelowna. I thought you'd be in Kelowna. Now I feel bad that we're both not in Kelowna. Wishing Gabe a happy marriage, but yeah, I made a bad investment deal and lost some money. It's my fault, and the wife's not very happy right now. Mick, how you doing? How are things in Edmonton?
I'm good, mate, and God help, there's hope for anyone if Gabe can get married, but you know what? I was going to give him some advice. Like, if he was on tonight,
Yeah.
I was going to give him some...
Not AFL picks, you're giving wedding... Mick Ozzie's wedding advice for a long, prosperous life. I'm listening.
Because this is what I would have said, Gabe. Don't take your cell phone when you're on the stage doing your vows with the priest. Because he would have said, I take you, Tanya, to be my wife and to hold you from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or poorer. And he would have gone, hang on, Tanya, I got to lay a bet. Hang on, the priest, I just got to lay a bet. And he would have laid a bet, and then they would have come back, and the priest would have kept going. So that's why I said, Gabe, don't take your cell phone to the wedding, because you might want to lay a bet.
I'll tell you, though, you could tell he's marrying the right woman, because, like, I remember I used to date a girl and, like, go to the bathroom and make bets and stuff, and she knew what was going on, but she's been with Gabe. She knows he does a betting show, and she's dealing with it. That's when you know you've met your right partner. Like, even me, Mick, like, I'm common law, but I bet golf and tennis with my girlfriend. She loves horse racing. I get her into Australian horse racing at night. So you know what I mean? That's when you know, because most women be like, are you some kind of idiot? Are you insane? Like, why are you watching horse racing at 4 o'clock in the morning betting? But that's what makes us different dudes, right? But Mick, congratulations on the Edmonton Elks win. We were on it. The over, everything. Me and Gabe hit it. We won some money. Not enough to get to Kelowna, but it was a good start. What do you think this week, buddy? Before we get into the AFL picks, we got Edmonton and BC, Morency's Lions against your Elks. Interesting game right now. When you look at the point spread, a lot of people like the way Ford played. I'm not sure how you feel about the Ford-Fajardo back and forth. I didn't like it. I thought it ruined the flow. But, hey, let's give Edmonton credit. They got a running game going in that game, and they got it done. But now you're playing BC. Rourke looked pretty good. What do you think about this one? The spread right now, BC's favored by 3, and the total's 51.5. What do you think about the Elks? Can they get it done 2 in a row at home, or do you like BC, Mick?
Oh, mate, really looking forward to it. We got the best quarterback in the league, Nathan Rourke, Canadian, versus Trey Ford, one of the best upcoming quarterbacks. 2 Canadians going at it, which is unbelievable. Look, BC Lions have got very good wide receivers, and their D-line a bit suspect, but Elks has let too many passes go. So Elks' defensive backs are a bit suspect. I think it's going to be high scoring, and I really hope and I believe the Elks can get it done at home. They need 2 wins in a row to keep the crowds there, because it was really good last Sunday. 5 o'clock, perfect time Sunday night. Get to the tailgate, have a few beers afterwards as well. I don't start to work till 11 o'clock, so I'm laughing. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I'll take the Elks just, but I think it'll be over and high scoring, and could be close, really could be.
You're like me, Mick. I like those afternoon games so I can like just throw back drinks and then shake it off. And then, hey, I work nights. But the problem is most of these games are at night rather than in the afternoon. Mick, what do you think about Ottawa-Hamilton? I think the Red Blacks, now that they got Drew Brown back, it could be a spot. Hamilton's played well, though. Let's give Bo Levi Mitchell credit. This guy's telling people to F off. He's playing with anger. They look good. The Ticats, though, 5.5-point favorites, total 55.5. You know what, Mick? I think it might be too many points. Ottawa might be a live dog this week. Who do you think? Do you think they can cover 5.5?
Yeah, I think you're right. I've got Red Blacks on the plus. I think Tiger Cats maybe just. Hard one to pick, though. Drew Brown, I like him as quarterback, and they scored a lot of points here in Edmonton. Bo Levi, Jeans Mitchell, 5 touchdowns to the equal best receiver in the league, Kenny Lawler. What a star. So, again, could be high scoring. I'm with you. Take Red Blacks on the plus, but I think Tiger Cats by 3.
You know what, Mick? I'm thinking the same thing. I think the Tiger Cats might win this game between like 1 and 4, or the Red Blacks win on like a late Ward field goal and win by like 1. So I'll take the 5.5. If you like Ottawa to win, guys, they're plus 185 on FanDuel on the money line. And Mick said it. There should be points in this game. This total's 55.5. The opener, Mick, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, Calgary and Saskatchewan. Riders laying 5.5, total 53.5. The Stamps, I know you hate Calgary, Mick, and I know you're not going to the Stampede. The only thing you like from Calgary is Joe Madden. But what do you think about the Stamps and Rough Riders? Rough Riders minus 5.5, total 53.5. The Stamps have been a surprise, but is this the week where the Riders take them out to the woodshed? What do you think?
Yeah, Joe Madden, she asked me to a function today down there where she was promoting SportsGrid, but I didn't go. Listen, I think Riders are due for a loss. They're 4-0, but this is why I think they'll win. Because those Stampeder players, since their win, they would have been partying down there chasing all the ladies in the cowboy hats right up until yesterday, so they won't be focused. For that reason, Dave Dickerson should have got them out of Calgary like Monday or Tuesday, so I think the Riders will win. And Dakeem Carey at the Riders, former Stamps and former Argos at running back, they reckon he might get out there. He's a star. He'll be angry, mate. Trevor Harris back as well. Could be a close one. Another tough one, mate. Very interesting 3 games this week.
It's a great week in the CFL. Mick's right, guys. Every spread is under 5.5. BC's favored by 3 over Edmonton. Hamilton 5.5 over Ottawa, and Saskatchewan 5.5 over Calgary. I think these games are going to be close. I know Gabe says he likes the points with Calgary. You're right. They're probably partying, but they'll get up for this game. They've been a pleasant surprise here, Mick. This is the one game I'm not sure. Like, we like points in all these games. One of these games is going under. I got to figure out which one it was, but maybe it's going to be Calgary and Saskatchewan. So, Mick, after the break, we'll keep you on for a few more minutes. Get us some Aussie rules football picks. We got to put the parlay together. But in Mick's world in Australia, they call parlays multis. And I know it. That actually makes more sense because it's multiple picks. The Australians would do it better. They're smarter than us. It's not a parlay. It's a multi, you moron. More Mick Aussie after the break.
That is the idea. It really is for in-game live. You said it. The home team who's a double-digit or close to it anyway favorite and get off to a bad start and actually have them trailing by 5, 6, 7 to the point where you get it at pick'em. And I don't know how many times. I'd like to know a stat of how many times a team that's been favored by double digits, trailed by double digits, and actually won the game. I bet it's a lot.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
You've got issues up and down here. The bullpen is falling apart, to put it nicely. And have you seen the schedule for the Yankees for the rest of the month of July here? We have Seattle, then we have the Cubs, then you have Atlanta, then you have Toronto again in Toronto. That really didn't go all that well this week. And then you have Philadelphia and Tampa. Good luck to the Yankees in July here.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They're still trying to throw Dalton Connect's name in trades, and I don't even know if he's viewed as a positive asset still.
And that's a crazy thing. Dalton Connect, if you look at FanDuel, Dalton Connect 20-plus points at plus 120. He's giving you no indication that he's that right there. I mean, Kevin, I would be more likely if we knew we were going to get the minutes. Bronny James, 10-plus points at plus 118.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Time for the Blue Jays to really make another addition at the deadline. They just got Max Scherzer back, and they get another pitcher to help out with the pitching staff, which I still think is their biggest issue. They're looking in to be in a good spot right now.
And also, Tom, like just the evolution of handicapping, right? Early in the season, I don't want to take this Blue Jays lineup. Like, it's really bad. Now, the past couple weeks, like, every day I'm looking at the Blue Jays going like, ooh, team total, RBI chances, guys that were in household names at the beginning of the year.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. Sports Rage Late Night. A little less rage and a little more craziness with Mick Ozzie, the Canadian Football League AFL guru. So, Mick, how are the AFL picks working this year? I know we've had your buddy on the show, other people. How are the picks? You're winning money in the AFL this year, winning more than you're losing?
Mate, the last 2 weeks, first time ever, 7-0 2 weeks ago and 9-0 last week, money line. That's the first time I've ever done it, and I'm not being smart. It was all the favourites that won. There's 9 teams that can make the final 8. Last year there was 13 could make it with 2 weeks to go, but we got some interesting games this week, so it's a bit tougher.
You're telling me. Let's start things off with the first game out of the board. And, man, you want to talk about – this is like a smooth money line. So Collingwood is playing the Gold Coast Suns. Collingwood minus $1.36. And on the spread, Mick, they're only minus 4.5. Really, really tight game. Who do you like in this one? Because this is what I like. This money line's only $1.36, and the spread's only 4.5. Should be a good one, Collingwood and Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, absolutely. Gold Coast are looking to make the finals for the first time ever. Collingwood sitting up on top with players to come back. So for that reason, I'm going with Collingwood because the guys only just in the team, they're going to be going extra hard because they could be missing a spot when all their stars come back. It is up there in the Gold Coast where the ball can be humid and slippery. Take the Magpies just, but could go either way.
I got to tell you, Mick, know what I'm noticing this week so far, the first early games? A lot of tight games. There's none of this minus 800 money line stuff. Look at this one. Western Bulldogs, minus 170. Adelaide Crows, that's your team, right? Plus 140. What do we got here? Minus 9.5 for Western Bulldogs. Crows getting 9.5. Who do you like this one? In that money line, only $1.70. I like these tight lines.
Yeah, another beauty. Crows are third place, Dogs are sixth place. This is straight out a home field pick for me. It is in Melbourne where the Bulldogs live. So I will take the Bulldogs to win, but I'm going to take the Crows on the plus there because they are a good chance to win. I just don't fully trust them in Melbourne, straight out home field. But if they lose, I think it might be close. Crows on the plus, Bulldogs to win. Another close game though.
This is not a bad one. We got Essendon, the Bombers. They're like the Blue Bombers here, minus 240. Richmond Tigers, plus 192. This one's minus 15.5 for the Bombers. Mick, what do you think about this one? And this is what you love about Aussie rules. Gabe talks about this all the time, guys. A minus 240 money line favorite, but the line's 15.5. See, it's a little bit different in Australian rules football than regular football, Mick. But can Essendon cover 15.5, or do you like Richmond on the plus?
Yeah, I think they'll win and win easily. Tigers have got injuries. They're young. They're rebuilding. They won 3 premierships recently. Bombers are up and down, but they should get it done. And I've got them, the Bombers, and the Port Adelaide Power as my first 2 in the money line multi.
I'm going to get you one more, and then you're going to put together a multi for me, Mick. My Hawthorn Hawks, my junior school, the Hawthorn Hawks, taking on Fremantle. You want to talk about a tight game? This one's almost a straight pick-up. Fremantle, minus 116. Hawthorn, minus 106. The line, Mick, it's a pick. Like, it's literally Fremantle minus a half point, not even one. Hawthorn plus. Who do you like in this one? This is basically a straight-up pick-up.
The Hawks are in 5th position and the Dockers in 9th. Again, straight out a home field pick to me. I'll take the Dockers because it is in Perth, but very tough one. Could be a beauty. So let's go for my money line multi parlays now. As I said, Port Adelaide Power to beat the Eagles. So take the Port Adelaide Power and the Essendon Bombers in your first 2-team multi. And then add the the Melbourne Demons as the third team, and I'll just read them out because take them in order if you want to put a 9-8 team together. Sydney Swans, Port Adelaide Power, Fremantle Dockers, Western Bulldogs, and Greater Western Sydney Giants. So I think you could easily get a 4 or 5 team win, but it's going to be very tough to get all 9 games this week.
Well, you've been on fire. You're saying you're hitting these money lines going 7-0, 9-0. So, Mick, that's a perfect time, as you mentioned. So, all you guys, check out Mick Ozzie, all our American friends in the stands. British Columbia, Edmonton. It's the final CFL game this week, guys. There's only 3, and Mick's going to the game. Edmonton is a 3-point home dog to Morency's BC Lions, and the total 51.5. Mick, have a great time at the football game. I know you'll be rooting for the Elks, and good luck with your Australian rules football picks. And we'll have to see Gabe when he gets back and do like a reunion tour and get wasted. Have a great weekend, buddy.
Yeah. All the best to Gabe and his wife.
That is the idea. It really is for in-game live. You said it. The home team who's a double-digit or close to it anyway favorite and get off to a bad start and actually have them trailing by 5, 6, 7 to the point where you get it at pick'em. And I don't know how many times. I'd like to know a stat of how many times a team that's been favored by double digits, trailed by double digits, and actually won the game. I bet it's a lot.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
You've got issues up and down here. The bullpen is falling apart, to put it nicely. And have you seen the schedule for the Yankees for the rest of the month of July here? We have Seattle, then we have the Cubs, then you have Atlanta, then you have Toronto again in Toronto. That really didn't go all that well this week. And then you have Philadelphia and Tampa. Good luck to the Yankees in July here.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They're still trying to throw Dalton Connect's name in trades, and I don't even know if he's viewed as a positive asset still.
And that's a crazy thing. Dalton Connect, if you look at FanDuel, Dalton Connect 20-plus points at plus 120. He's giving you no indication that he's that right there. I mean, Kevin, I would be more likely if we knew we were going to get the minutes. Bronny James, 10-plus points at plus 118.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Time for the Blue Jays to really make another addition at the deadline. They just got Max Scherzer back. Can they get another pitcher to help out with the pitching staff, which I still think is their biggest issue? They're looking in to be in a good spot right now.
And also, Tom, like just the evolution of handicapping, right? Early in the season, I don't want to take this Blue Jays lineup. It's really bad. Now the past couple weeks, every day I'm looking at the Blue Jays going ooh, team total, RBI chances, guys that were in household names at the beginning of the year.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, that was a lot of fun with Mick Ozzie going to the Elks game, hopefully for their second win in a row. These guys don't win at home, but Mick seemed to be pretty confident. I know a lot of people like BC this week in the Canadian Football League, laying 3, but Mick likes the hometown Elks, and he's been on fire with Australian rules football, so hopefully you guys got out your pen and paper and jotted down his picks. George Kurtz returns to the program. George, take a look at the baseball board right now. We'll go through the scores, so things are getting a little bit interesting. Atlanta and Athletics turned out to be a pretty entertaining game. Right now, 4-4, top of the ninth. Athletics, they're favored, minus 164. Braves, plus 128. I don't got a total. It's locked. I need a bloody miracle here, but we're getting runs. Texas is up on the Angels, 9-3. Is there any way I can get 5-9-8 final? Oh, it would be amazing. Getting 5.5 live, but yeah, if you like the Angels, they're 15-1 if they can come back at the bottom of the 6 down 6, and the total there 15.5. We're already at 12. And George, the Snakes need to do something right now. Padres are up 4-2. They've opened it up a little bit, but right now the Arizona has a runner on third but 2 outs in that game. If you like Arizona, they're plus 2.5. Huge juice at minus 180. They're plus 520 on the money line. If you like the Padres, minus 2.5 to plus money at plus 135 and minus 900. Total 9.5. Anything live for all the degenerates out there, George?
All right, so you mentioned Mason Miller is in for the Athletics here. They're trying to get them to the bottom of the ninth here. It's high score at 4 here. I need a couple of runs here to get the over, in-game over, which is 9.5 here. So I'm gonna get the 9, But Miller's pretty much shutting down the Braves here in the top of the inning here. There's no total on the board now. Sandal has it taken off here, so you're either betting the Athletics to win or the Braves to win. Braves plus 172. That's not bad. All right, this is the ninth inning. They can be shut. The Athletics can be shut down here in the ninth inning. The Braves win it in extra innings. That's probably where I would go with this game. You already mentioned 9-3. Texas leads the Angels here. We got the over while you were on with McAuliffe here. There's a 2-run homer by the Angels there, so we're happy about that. I'm already on the Rangers, so we'll take care. San Diego's gone the wrong way for me. All right, Machado hit a home run. They scored a bunch of runs here. They take the lead over the Diamondbacks. But I'm on the over as well here. And it looked good this inning. They had first and second, 1 out. They tried to double steal. The backside runner got thrown out here. Then they didn't score a run here. So it's still 4-2 in the 6th inning here. The over is 8.5, Cam. That's really where I'd like to go. Especially against the Diamondback bullpen, which is not very good. But it's minus 148 here. But how about this? Minus 2.5 San Diego. Plus 116.
Yeah, I think this can go either way, right? Because if Arizona by some stretch gets 4-4 gets you the automatic over at 8.5 right now. You're already on Arizona, but so basically you're going to come back with San Diego to plus money and try to soften the blow and hope they win by 3. Is that what you're telling me?
They're already winning by 2. Right, they've got the advantage now. They're going to get up for bottom of the 6th inning, and I just know the Arizona bullpen's terrible. It's just I'm betting on that bullpen. When I bet the Diamondbacks to win the game, I really thought I was hoping they'd be winning 5-1, 5-2 by now, not trailing here. So I think I'm going to go with the minus 2.5 at plus plus 2.5 at plus money here. That's what I'm going to do with the San Diego. Sort of a hedge in some ways here that I should win one of these bets here. But give me the Padres, and like I said, I like the over, but I'm not going to lay the 48 cents.
We got a couple NBA Summer League games. I hope you guys were on the Spurs tonight because you don't really see this, but this is an absolute ass-kicking. San Antonio's up on Philadelphia 84-48, 2:57 left in the third quarter right now. They're minus 34.5 live, total 186.5. So that's what we got left in the basketball. We talked about Cooper Flagg. He scored 10 today in his debut for the Dallas Mavericks. The problem was he actually was very honest at the end of the game and said, I didn't play that well. I got to do better. 3 steals, 10 points, 3 assists, 5 blocks. Hey, you know what? That's not that bad. But this kid has high expectations being the first overall pick in the draft for Dallas. And Bronny James actually had 8 points for the Lakers in the loss there. So we got NBA Summer League. The Vegas League is where it's at, and that's where they're going to be playing. George, also tomorrow, maybe we can go through some more football. It was nice to talk a little NFL with you. You doing anything with college, George? Like, are we getting you into college football right now? I know me and Gabe are trying to get you into the CFL. We're trying to, just basically marinate the football in all the different leagues. Like anything in college that you're looking at? Because it should be a lot of fun this year. Hopefully we can break it down with somebody on Friday night because college football's right around the damn corner, buddy. Football season is upon us.
I know more about college than I probably have in quite a long time because of shows like SportsRage with you and Gabe. You guys talk about it, so it does get in through osmosis. But the theme of the show has been Gabe getting married, right? You want to know why my marriage has succeeded and why I've been married 25 years? Because I decided a long time ago that, all right, listen, NFL, Sundays are NFL, and now it's Mondays, Thursdays, whatever other day they throw a game at us nowadays. But I was going to leave Saturday for the wife or back then the girlfriend. Because listen, when we were younger, Friday night was the boys, right? You went out with the boys Friday night. Saturday was the girlfriend. All right, you went out with the girlfriend there, and Sunday, of course, was football. I didn't care who was coming over to watch the games. So that's why I stopped with college. Listen, Cam, in the 80s, I was a big SMU fan. That with Eric Dickerson there, Craig James.
Oh, yeah, James. The Pony Express, baby.
But then they got the death penalty. All right. And then once Jimmy Johnson went to the Cowboys, I followed the Miami Hurricanes because he was drafting them all. All right, so I followed the Hurricanes in the early 90s there. But after that, really not so much. I don't really, it's rare. I'm not saying I don't place a college bet. Once it could be you going, oh, you got to bet. I hear it on the show. I'm like, all right, I'm home. I'm going to watch the game. It's on TV. Fine, we'll throw it in there. But to say I'm going to do it religiously, no, it's not going to happen. Saturday is still for the wife.
Well, that's the thing. Like, right? You got to give some time, and you have children, George. Like, that's the beautiful thing. The only thing is now being the only guy who's not married as a host at SportsGrid, I can watch football Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. You know what I mean? My girlfriend, part of the job, honey, right? You know what I mean? Like, she's betting with me on some sports. It's funny though. My lady likes more individual sports. She doesn't like team sports, George. I don't know why. She just likes golf, tennis, and fighting. She'll even like boxing and MMA. Like, she's just even in hockey, not as much. In football, it's weird. And things with masks. She likes to see people's faces. Hey, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what's going on. I got to tell you the Billy Smith story tomorrow night too. The whole story. She said, "Oh, Kurtz is on with you. You got to tell him the Billy Smith story." Yeah, it's a good one, George. We'll save it for tomorrow night because you're going to lose your mind. It's absolute gold. But anything else, George? We got going on tonight. That's a tease. That's a tease. Know what we should do too, George? I was thinking for tomorrow, because we talked like a little bit of wins total. Why don't we pick a division in the NFL and dissect it? We already start like kind of in the AFC East. Maybe we'll do the North tomorrow, see what teams we like and don't like, and do some win totals and stuff like that. And hopefully we can lay down some bets. As I told you, I've already put down New England Patriots. Actually, you said it with Kaufman. I like them to make the playoffs at plus 152. I like their over wins total at 7.5. Took the Dolphins under, and I probably think the Bills will go over as well due to their easy schedule, but we'll see what happens. It's the Ravens division to lose, basically. But just quickly, George, what do you think about the Steelers and all their moves? Like, do you think it's going to work with AR this time? Like, with Metcalf and all the interesting guys they have on that team? I tell you, Mike Tomlin's got to balance a lot of egos on that team. A lot of real interesting dudes.
Well, they're going for it. Right, I mean they are going for it. You don't make these moves unless you think you have a chance to win here, right? I mean, A-Rod's only playing for this year, right, Paul? He said he's probably retiring at the end of the year. I don't know what to think about Metcalf. Is he still that guy? And even if he is, by the way, are you any better than you were with Pickens? Because you only have one now, so you're in the same situation. They're going to double cover him, try and make you go someplace else. You got two good tight ends, if Fryermuth going there and Janu Smith. Are you going to be a two tight end offense? The defense is good, assuming they signed T.J. Watt, which I'd be shocked if they didn't. All right, so I assume T.J. Watt's going to be there. So I think they'll be good or interesting. Baltimore's still better. Cincinnati, we know, is they're an offensive team. They're going to score 30 and give up 40 sometimes. So they're probably right around with them. Tomlin always gets the best out of his team, and he does always get the best here. I think they're probably a playoff team, Cam. Probably not winning the division here. So, but I think that's maybe as far as they go. And Aaron Rodgers is not going to play 17 games. What's he going to play? 14? So I'll give you a wild card.
I'm going to tell you something. DK Metcalf, Tomlin's not going to like when he runs bad routes, man. That's his problem. Very sloppy a lot of the time, and it used to piss off Seattle despite his skill set.
That is the idea. It really is for in-game live. You said it. The home team who's a double-digit or close to it anyway favorite and get off to a bad start and actually have them trailing by 5, 6, 7 to the point where you get it at pick'em. And I don't know how many times. I'd like to know a stat of how many times a team that's been favored by double digits, trailed by double digits, and actually won the game. I bet it's a lot.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
You've got issues up and down here. The bullpen is falling apart, to put it nicely. And have you seen the schedule for the Yankees for the rest of the month of July here? We have Seattle, then we have the Cubs, then you have Atlanta, then you have Toronto again in Toronto. That really didn't go all that well this week. And then you have Philadelphia and Tampa. Good luck to the Yankees in July here.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They're still trying to throw Dalton Connect's name in trades, and I don't even know if he's viewed as a positive asset still.
And that's a crazy thing. Dalton Connect, if you look at FanDuel, Dalton Connect 20-plus points at plus 120. He's giving you no indication that he's that right there. I mean, Kevin, I would be more likely if we knew we were going to get the minutes. Bronny James, 10 plus points at plus 118.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Time for the Blue Jays to really make another addition at the deadline. They just got Max Scherzer back. Can they get another pitcher to help out with the pitching staff, which I still think is their biggest issue? They're looking in to be in a good spot right now.
And also, Tom, like just the evolution of handicapping, right? Early in the season, I don't want to take this Blue Jays lineup. Like, it's really bad. Now, the past couple weeks, like, every day I'm looking at the Blue Jays going ooh, team total, RBI chances, guys that were in household names at the beginning of the year.
Pro Baseball Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody, to the program. Cam, Stewart, and George Kurtz holding down the fort here. Morency getting married in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. Should be a lot of fun this weekend. And, George, you got what you wish. Atlanta and the Athletics, they're in extra innings, tied at 4, top at 10 right now. 9-3 Rangers over the Angels. This game is in the bottom of the 7th and still 4-2 for the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Has that game moved? I'm seeing kind of, is it in a delay or something? Because it still says bottom 6. Or are they moving or what's the story?
I'm watching the game. They had a runner on
20 minutes ago?
No, Tatis was on third after he stole second base, a bad throw, got to third base. But I don't think they scored. But it's a commercial right now. I didn't see what's going on. I'm sort of locked on this Atlanta game. And they, Albies and Harris strike out back-to-back with the ghost runner at second base. This is awful for me, right? 2 runs to get the in-game over. I need 3 runs to get the pre-game over. So be very, and not to mention I'm on Atlanta. This could be a killer game if they just go down 1-2-3 here. I would need a 2 or 3 run home run by the Athletics.
So let's take a look here quickly tomorrow, George, and we'll go over your teams. Yankees situation, I know we talked about it, one game that we're going to lock in. George and I are looking at the Baltimore Orioles, Marlins under 9 with Cabrera and Kramer there. So that's a 9 flat. The juice is actually 15 cents to the over, less juice, and we're leaning under 9 in that game. What do you think about Rodon and the Yankees? It's a lot of juice to be laying, minus 178 against the Cubs and Mr. Flexen. What do you think about the Yankees? Do you think they keep it hot, George, tomorrow? Because we're not on till 10 on SportsRage, so let's give people a couple baseball picks.
Yeah, we got Julio ready too, so we'll talk a little baseball here. But
he's ready to
Flexen,
rock? Perfect.
Flexen's going to pitch for the Cubs tomorrow. All right, they were TBD all day today, but Flexen against Rodon tomorrow. Yep. Rodon needs a bounce back here. Cubs had a little bit of Cubs cost me a lot of money, by the way, by not playing all that well this week. They bounced back a little bit today against the Minnesota Twins. So I'll be on. I mean, if you're going to bet on the Yankees, it's going to be on the run line, Cam. Right? I'm not going to lay 178.
Cool. Yeah, we'll see. Flexen might get rocked in that game. So who do we got here? Wait, I'm big head Julio. Where Bob Bronco's here. In his Denver Bronco gear. Bo Nix. Down boy. How you doing, Julio? How's the soccer, basketball, cricket, golf, whatever the hell you're betting on? 100 plus. How are the bets treating you this week, buddy? How you doing? How's Colorado?
I'm doing well, Cam. George, hope you guys are doing well. Congrats to Gabe. Who would have thought Gabe Morency getting the old tying the knot? Happy for him, and happy.
I wish
to be
I had
with you
Morency
guys.
as a pooch to get married, eh, Julio? What was the line? Like a few years ago, like futures? Holy jeez, man, that thing. Good for him, not good for him. George is married. Now I'm the guy. I'm just like common law Cam, eh? Just don't have the stones to get it done, eh, Cam? That's the thing, eh, Julio? My girlfriend's the best too. I told George, she's like, "Oh, Gabe's getting married, is he?" She's like. She saw that look in her eye, like, "What are you doing for me lately?"
Like,
you better. If we're not getting married, a steakhouse better be in the future, or some nice kind of gift. Spaghetti-o. I'm in trouble.
Hey,
so, what do you like tonight, Julio? Or what do you? Good. Yeah. How
bets
you
have been treating me okay this week. Last week on the show gave out Taylor Fritz 18-1 to capture Wimbledon. He's in the semifinals tomorrow against Carlos Alcaraz. So I'm not going to hedge or anything, but I'm excited for this, Cam. It's great for American tennis, even though coverage here in the States suck. I mean, tennis coverage is not the same as it was even 20 years ago or 10 years ago. It's been terrible, but tip your cap to Taylor Fritz. He's only lost once on grass in the grass season. Grass season happens immediately after the French Open comes to an end. He's only lost once. He's won 2 tournaments on grass thus far this season. Alcaraz is one of those guys who, he's immensely talented, but on any given game, he could lose. He could lose a bit of attention, and he could find himself in some trouble. He's already found himself in some trouble in this Wimbledon tournament. So I'm excited for this matchup, Cam.
Great call by you, Julio. And let's remember one thing. Julio brings up a good point. Taylor Fritz has been played to the edge. Like, he has played a lot of tennis, and he is showing longevity, strength, mental fortitude for a young guy. Grass is his surface. So, Julio, let's talk about this then. Let's attack it from a different way. Alcaraz is probably going to win, but you know what? Nothing is out of the question here. So what do we do? Total games? What do we got? Total games over, something to look at. And the spread is 5.5 or 6. I have 2 books, 1-6 where you lay more juice, or you could take the 5.5 with none. So what do you think? Taylor Fritz, we're going to do the spread and the matches over. What's your take on that? Because I'm thinking about buying in.
I'm going to do the first set over 9.5 games. So we just need it to end 6-4. I'll take 6-4 Alcaraz as long as it goes over 9.5 games. Total games. And then I'm going to do total sets. If I'm looking for a 3.5, if I can find 3.5 at a good price, I'm going to take over 3.5 so we can get to at least the 4th or 5th set. And 5.5 sounds good with me, Cam. I just don't see Taylor pulling a Ben Shelton. If he had Ben Shelton futures, that was kind of a nasty way for him to go out. So I think plus 5.5 is a good way to attack Taylor Fritz.
I agree too, and I think you're playing against a guy when you win the set. Like, I think Fritz could win one of those sets if Alcaraz gets down, maybe like 6-3, and that'll really help you in a spread match, because a lot of those veteran guys, they just kind of go, okay, I know I'm not going to win here, even though Alcaraz is still young, but he's thinking about the big picture. I think Fritz will try to lay it on thick, so I wouldn't be surprised if he won one set by at least a couple games. Julio, let's talk about this one. I'll give Novak Djokovic all the credit in the world here. Sinner, this guy obviously, don't believe Sinner. Anything he tells you about an injury with the butt, he's fine. Don't worry about it. But I'm very interested. My book has Djokovic at plus 200. Can the Joker run it back one more time? I'm thinking about taking him at plus 200. Am I nuts?
I don't think you're nuts. I mean, let's not forget Jannik Sinner was down 2 sets, and if it wasn't for a freak injury, he would have been eliminated from this tournament, or it would have gone 5 sets. Oh, that's a brutal beat. Did you get voided for that, or was it count?
Yeah, I got voided, but I told Morency the cash out was worth like 80. You know what I mean? All I had to do was hit the cash out if I knew it was going to be. But I'm like, I'm going to win so much. Yeah, I got to tell you, these tennis beats, when guys get hurt, it's like a punch in the nuts. Like, it's just so frustrating.
The worst.
Anyway, we got some time. Julio, it is the worst. Let's talk about the ladies too. Sabalenka, she gone. I thought Andreeva might be the woman at 5-1 to get it done, but we got a very interesting final. Julio's got soccer picks. Maybe George has got a question for him too. We'll wrap it up with Julio. He's got a big betting card, I can tell you that.
Against Bronny James feels like Mike DeCourcy against Mike Tyson. I'm sorry. I mean, let's be real about this. We're talking about a generational prospect in Cooper Flagg, and LeBron's kid who averaged 5.5 points in his 1 year of Division I basketball. I'm not saying LeBron is a poor player, but I don't see him as an equal attraction or an equal.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Things you have to look at is what the team has the following day, especially when it comes to bullpen usage. A lot of the things I like to attack is you see these extra inning games, these games get drawn out, these bullpens get worn, or if someone gets shelled the first 3 innings and they got to go to the pen, early, that's a good spot to kind of hop in the middle of the next game. You got a tired bullpen, right? You try and take advantage there, maybe with an over, maybe with the money line. You're getting plus money on a favorite at that point.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Piece of an interesting couple of weeks in California, if you recall, I think it was 2 weeks ago, language was inserted into a bill that would outlaw or ban sweepstakes casinos and sports betting, which of course we've seen lots of that happen this year. So California is an interesting market because, as you've said, there is no legal online casino. There is no legal online sports betting.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Devin Booker had to run the point when Chris Paul was hurt. And we're like, Devin Booker's a point guard. Devin Booker's not a point guard. Neither is Jalen Green. So I need to know, once you get rid of Bradley Beal, who cannot be on that team, who is the point guard? And then I think as a sixth man, I actually don't mind it with Jalen Green.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Hopefully, Morency's having a great time in Kelowna. Julio gives his love. Mick Ozzie gave his love for the wedding this weekend, and hopefully we can nail it down with some winners tonight. I'll be back with George Kurtz tomorrow night. George, we'll go through some NFL, enough baseball, and some other sports on the board as well. We got Scottish Open golf, too, with a crazy leaderboard. Jake Afternoon Knapp, Nico Echeverria, Sepp Straka. Who are they? Like, look at these guys leading this tournament. Scotty Scheffler, though, always lingering, only 3 shots back. So we'll give you some live golf picks before the end of the show. But Julio, women's match, Swiatek, nice little trip to the final here. I see minus 235. You said she's as big as minus 250 on some books. And Anisimova, big win over the top seed, but can she get it done again? I think you're in love with Iga. I just don't like the price, but she should get it done.
If you like Anisimova, shop around for the best price because you could find some very attractive numbers for the final. I'm going to take Iga at straight sets, so she has to win, 2 games to love at even money. Mm-hmm. You could also find 3-1 for her to win 2 games to 1 if you want to be a little more risky and get a little sweat going. But I'll take her at even money to win in straights.
Well, Julio, let's talk. We got. One thing I thought, we both like PSG, but did you think they were going to win 4-0? I didn't. That was that was very, very like nobody saw that score. I was thinking maybe 2-1, something along that nature. But now here we are. What are we going to do with this one, Julio? You're the soccer maven. We got Chelsea and PSG. I guess the final that a lot of people would want. We got the blue bloods of international soccer going right now. What are you going to do with this game, Julio? It should be entertaining. Chelsea's one of those teams, though. I know they don't have the firepower that PSG does, but they kind of linger. What are you doing with this one side in total Julio, or any props with this game? Should be a lot of fun.
I'm taking PSG to do the double, win the champ. Well, it'll be they would win 5 titles this year. They won a French domestic cup. They won the French league title. They won a super cup. They won the Champions League. And now they're going to win the Club World Cup. So I'm going to take them to win in regular time, minus 165. If I can find them on the Asian handicap at -1, I'll probably play that at a better price. But I like PSG. This is a team that's not tired. Again, they got finished with the Champions League final, then 2 weeks later, it's the Club World Cup. So give me PSG.
Any crazy exact score like money, like 3-1, 2-1 PSG? Like, what do you think? Do you think Chelsea gets one?
I mean, both teams to score is let me look at the price again. Minus 160. So if you want to do like both teams to score in over 2.5 goals to get it at plus money, PSG 2-1. Honestly, the way they've been playing in these finals or in bigger games, just like they did with Real Madrid, where they scored 5 goals against Inter Milan in the Champions League final, I honestly would not be surprised if they had that big of a performance.
Anything else, Julio, on your card? A couple other games over the weekend, because we're not going to talk to you till next week. What do you got before I get some golf, and George will give you a couple baseball picks?
Give me the red-hot Milwaukee Brewers. Gave them out last week at 4-1 to win the Central. They go on to sweep the Dodgers over the week. They're playing the Nationals in Milwaukee before the All-Star break. This team's red-hot. Give me the Brewers on the run line tomorrow night specifically, but I'm playing them all weekend against the nasty Nationals.
The Nationals suck. Like I look for bad dogs. Like sometimes Colorado White Sox. The Nationals are just like they're dead to me. Unless Mackenzie Gore's pitching, I don't even want to look at these losers. Like tonight against St. Louis, they just suck. Julio, amazing stuff. George, you got any? So we're taking under in the Baltimore game. You like the Yankees on the run line? Anything else for you, George, in baseball? You like Julio's pick with the Brew Crew? They're hot. He's right. A lot of beers.
Hell, should we take the Minnesota Twins, by the way? Skeens is pitching tomorrow. I'm sure he'll be great and lose 2-1. Does every other game here, so we might as well go that direction as well with the Minnesota Twins and Joe Ryan, who could be pitching one of his last games for the Minnesota Twins. He's a hot name on the rumor mill for the trade deadline.
Well, guys, we got the Scottish Open, and we have a 4-way tie for the lead right now. Just from the eye test right now, we already got Ryan Fox at 65-1. I'm going to give you two guys right now, and Carver's on one of them. Watch out for Victor Hovland. I really like what I saw from him today. He missed a couple short putts. He's live to win at 18-1, and the American Wyndham Clark has figured out links golf pretty quick. He's 35-1 on my book. Watch out for Wyndham Clark, 35-1, and Victor Hovland, 18-1. Those are the best numbers that I could find there, guys, for the Scottish Open. If you like golf, it's on at 2 o'clock in the morning. I might pull an all-nighter tonight, but we'll see what happens. Love you, Julio. Thanks to Mick Ozzie. George, I'll see you again tomorrow night. Gabe, happy wedding, buddy. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.